Hello. Today I will be talking about movie review number 389. And this movie is called The Souvenir Part 2. The Souvenir Part 2 is a 2021 film directed by Johanna Hogg, which is spelled Joanna, Johanna, Hogg, Hogg, Joanna Hogg, who directed the first film. And I saw this movie on November 30th, 2021 at Esquire Theatre in Clifton, Ohio. Well, this is interesting because in 2019 I saw the first Souvenir film at the Marymount Theatre in Marymount, Ohio. And then it was announced there was going to be a part 2. So I got to see this at the Esquire Theatre in Clifton, Ohio. And I definitely enjoyed it. So the film takes place after the events of the first Souvenir film. In the aftermath of a tumultuous relationship with a charismatic but manipulative older man, Julie begins to untangle her fraught love for him by making a graduation film and sorting fact from his elaborately constructed fiction. So, if you guys seen the Souvenir Part 1, you understand what happened in the ending. And so, she's trying to cope with the loss of the relationship that she was in, and she's trying to regain her life, trying to get her life back on track by doing her graduation film. But she is having a hard time processing what had happened, along with trying to make the graduation film on time. But this was a very good film. It basically depicts how Julie was able to finish her graduation film, and we do get to see whole graduation film near the ending of the film. And I won't really say what happens much, but it definitely was is really good. In my opinion, I really enjoyed it. And did you guys know? I think this is true. Have to double check, but I think this might be A24 Films' first ever sequel. Like, I'm serious, right? I don't think there's ever been a sequel for A24 Films up until now with the Souvenir Part 2, and so it is incredible. And so I read that Johanna Hogg wrote the script based on this movie, based on her real life experiences while attending film school in London in the early 80s. And so this is based on the director's real life experiences while attending film school. And so in the first Souvenir film, you see Julie is in a relationship with a charismatic but manipulative older man, but she falls for him. Unfortunately, at the ending of the first film, he dies. And so in the second film, she's trying to cope with the loss, along with trying to finish her graduation film on time. And this was a very good movie. I will say when we get to the scene with the graduation film, it does detail a little bit of her level from the first film on how her level impacted her graduation film, impacted the making of her graduation film, I should say. I won't explain how, but you guys check it out. If you are fans of the first Souvenir film, you'll definitely enjoy the second film. And like I said, it was really neat to see A24 Films having their first ever sequel. Don't know if there'll be a Souvenir Part 3 though or not, but hey, at least we got a Part 2. Cool. So that's my movie review of The Souvenir Part 2. Oh, by the way, the graduation film is called The Souvenir. So that's not really much of a shocker. But yeah, it's pretty good. So that's my movie review of the Souvenir Part 2. Please stay tuned for my next movie review. Alright, goodbye.